All right, welcome back to Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny,
I'm Dylan.
and today is going to be one of those hot take videos where I don't tell Dylan what the hell's going on, and we're going to see what his reaction is, to a little news story that's kind of making its way out there. He doesn't really watch a lot of YouTube, especially not financial content, so I'm sure he probably hasn't heard about this. But with that, let's see.
If you like this kind of entertaining stock market content, where it's two stupid guys, apparently I'm the clueless one. Just trying to figure out the market and learn. If you want to like and subscribe for our journey.
Yeah.
Two stupid guys trade stocks.
So under wraps, I kept it as Dylan, do not open this.
Yeah. Okay.
So 13F filing season. What do you see here?
Who the hell sold Baba?
I know, right?
Who
So it happens
was it?
that it's Mohnish Pabrai. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the big dude.
The Indian
he
value
sold
investor, the Indian
Baba?
Buffett, the second coolest mustache on YouTube after myself, I would say. But that's just my personal opinion.
I'm gonna put you third. I think Ron Swanson wins.
Oh yeah, but he's not a financial guy. So he sold 80% of his position actually. Yeah, I know. Both for those of you that are on the channel for a while, both Dylan and I are invested in Alibaba. So I'm curious. So does this change your thought? Like, what do you think about this?
Okay. First, do we know? Do we know what his cost average was, or okay, I guess when he was accumulating shares?
Yes, he took a loss. He sold at a loss. I basically can tell you that. I'll show you when it was, time period wise, here in a second.
Okay, so then two reasons why he sold. One, he no longer believes in the company. Two, he thought that the loss that he would take would the reward on investing in something else would outweigh his loss.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going. So I don't know if you realize this, but he has a YouTube channel, and he talks a lot about kind of his analysis of companies and where he's at. So he's still been bullish on Alibaba very recently. However, there's another Chinese tech stock which really kind of stole his heart a little bit. Tencent. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been posting a lot of content about Tencent and how they are much more efficient at allocating capital than any other company basically in the world.
I'm just so glad you didn't say JD. I was really nervous you were going to say, because that's a direct competitor of Baba.
Tencent owns some of JD actually, which is part of the case. But he was recently asked in like a Q&A by a student about Alibaba, and he said, "Yes, they're terrific. Yes, I think they're going to continue to grow, basically. But he goes, I think Tencent is a better value at this point." So Tencent also sold off quite a bit. That's not what the point of this was, but so it kind of exchange it. He takes a tax loss on the Alibaba shares, and then he is able to buy Tencent also at a reasonable price. So this is a 1-year chart of Alibaba. Pretty unfortunate. It's definitely a nice downhill slope here with some pretty sudden sharp movements up and down. It's a little volatile.
True, but I'm cost average at 170, so I'm pretty
That's
happy.
about where I am too. In total right now I have about 90 shares at about 172 or so cost average.
172. I'm at 70 shares. 171, I think.
Something like that. So this is when he first started accumulating Alibaba, first quarter of 2021. Yeah. And this is when he unloaded 80% of his position in the third quarter of 2021. So definitely took a loss.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too okay. You know what? Okay, I know, I'm sure he's a really smart, obviously he's a genius at something. I'm not a huge MU fan, and that was his biggest position.
Yeah, he's held Micron for a long time. Micron, I agree. A little capex expensive in my view. They have to spend a little bit too much money on maintaining their property, plant, and equipment. For me personally, but not an unreasonable valuation in many other ways. But we have a big Alibaba day coming up this week, November 18th, this Thursday upcoming. They're going to release earnings before the bell. So that should be a fun day to see what they've been up to, whether or not their singles day performed very well this year or not, and what sort of impact they've had on their profitability. Not that that would be good in that, but
I'm either looking to buy 30 more shares for an even 100 at about 130,
Okay.
or no more and just let it ride if it goes up.
Yeah. I want to say options are pricing in around like a 5.2% implied volatility for earnings day, something like that, in that ballpark. So I was personally thinking about putting an iron condor on from 140 to 180 in terms of my my where my wings would be.
That's probably pretty safe. I think the upside is, I think you need to go higher on the upside.
Yeah, I think it was
Because it's like
177
166.
yeah, I think 177 is the implied move upside
Okay.
based on the option volatility.
I feel like if they kill earnings, it's gonna be more than that because they're so stupid low right now.
Yeah, but I don't think earnings is going to really matter for them, right? Earnings is part of the story, but like the numbers have been great for a while, so we really look at it more from a standpoint of news. And remember what's happening tonight. Have you heard this?
Yeah, but tell everyone else just
Tell
so
everyone else about
yeah.
Biden and President Xi Jinping having I'm not sure if it's in person or if it's a telephone call, but they're set to speak tonight.
Totally knew that. Yeah. Now I'm glad everyone. I'm glad we're going over it just in case.
Yeah, well, honestly, that could have I think, a greater impact upon Alibaba and many other Chinese tech stocks price than the earnings on this Thursday would.
Could be. I'm torn. I don't know if I want them to like be mad at each other just so I can get more shares at 130, or just take the profit now. I really honestly don't even care.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I'm okay with it, but definitely his bullishness on Tencent has made me. I have to do more due diligence on them. But very interesting. I'll put it that way.
But I think the strategy there though is that if he thinks Baba and Tencent are going to grow even at a relatively similar rate or Tencent's rate, why not take a loss for tax reasons and then put your money in a similar stock that would grow at the same rate as the other one? You're taking the loss and you're set.
Well, he thinks he's going to grow at a higher rate. His I can send you the video clip if you want to listen to it later. But it's basically he talks about how Tencent is a great, allocator of capital. So they I don't know if you noticed, but Facebook, Google, Microsoft always end up with billions and billions of dollars in cash. Apple just stacked up in their balance sheet with nothing to do with it. That's not Tencent. Tencent finds stuff to do with it much better than any other large tech company. Amazon is like along the same lines. But they're actually even more efficient at investing that capital than Amazon is.
Well, all right, okay,
all right, guys. Well, let us know. I'm just curious if you think Mohnish Pabrai selling off his Alibaba shares has changed their investment thesis at all, or maybe it's made you consider adding Tencent to your portfolio like me. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Catch you guys in the next one.